the previous episode, I mentioned that in addition to materialism, the thread of university education being dangerous also cuts through publications, talks, videos, symposiums. Jehovah's Witnesses often claim they are not anti-education.
Such university education is what is meant when the term higher education is used. It further stated, on the other hand, there are technical and vocational schools offering short-term courses that result in a certificate or diploma in some trade or service. We realize educational systems vary from place to place. In some countries, higher education is provided by the government, free of charge. However, the cost of obtaining university training is not our primary concern. It is the potential for spiritual harm that has moved us to provide the cautions we have shared in the past. Ultimately, it is the decision of the parents as to the amount of secular education they feel is necessary for a child to later care for a family of his own. As parents, we would be remiss if we did not encourage our child to pursue a skill or trade that would enable him to start off a marriage successfully. Having said that, it does not change the fact that all too often our young people have met with spiritual disaster, especially after leaving home and living on a university campus.
You parents must also make personal decisions about secular education for your children. Naturally, you want them to get a good education, but you have to think carefully about potential dangers. For example, in some countries, parents send their young children away to boarding schools. The March 15, 1997 issue of the Watchtower discussed the scriptural principles involved and related a number of experiences highlighting the dangers.
If you are new to this channel, this is Tell Me Dr. K, a channel on which we discuss matters of theological nature, topics that many people cannot even dare talk about, because on Tell Me Dr. K, no topic, no question is off limit. I have a number of videos which you can sample covering Catholicism, Islam, Adventism, Cultism, Mormonism, and many others. We have a rich library of many videos. Enjoy yourself. But take a closer look. Higher education isn't forbidden, it is poisoned. A 2019 Watchtower warned that university study would weaken faith, lead to pride, and make one too tired to pray. The message is always the same. Education equals spiritual danger.
You parents must also make personal decisions about secular education for your children. Naturally, you want them to get a good education, but you have to think carefully about potential dangers. The March 15, 1997 issue of the Watchtower discussed the scriptural principles involved and related a number of experiences highlighting the dangers. Let's consider one more situation. You younger Christians approaching adulthood must make decisions involving education and employment. There may be many choices, but which ones will help you live up to your dedication to Jehovah? One sister said this, "As a baptized witness, I had read and heard about the dangers of pursuing university education, but I dismissed such warnings. I thought that counsel did not apply to me." Well, our sister made a personal choice in the matter, but was it a wise one? She continues, "Studying for my courses took so much time and effort that I was too busy to linger in prayer to Jehovah the way I used to, too exhausted to enjoy Bible discussions with others, and too tired to prepare well for the meetings. Thankfully, once I realized that being immersed in higher education was damaging my relationship with Jehovah, I knew I had to stop, and I did."
Is this video helping you? Are you deriving benefit from this video? If you are, kindly do me just one favor a favor that will not cost you anything. Like, subscribe, and smash the notice bell so that this message can be seen by more people. And also, when I upload another video, you'll receive a notification. And yet people are so overworked in doing theocratic activities. They are so tired in the sacred service of Jehovah that they forget themselves, that they have mental health challenges. And when they have mental health challenges, how are they going to pray? When Jehovah's Witnesses need university level skills, they send people to the university. For example, the head of the legal department was sponsored by the Jehovah's Witness. And instead of just appreciating the education, he tries to, in an interview that was made by Stephen Schaeffer.
And think about this. We will not need doctors or lawyers after Armageddon, but we will need carpenters and plumbers and similar construction trades. It requires faith to decline higher education and have the confidence that our material needs will be cared for by training in other fields of employment. Speaking of lawyers, we have an interesting perspective from Brother Philip Brumley of the legal department. Let's go to our Patterson studio and listen to an interview of him conducted by Brother David Schaefer, a helper to the teaching committee.
Thank you very much, Brother Morris. And we're delighted to have with us Brother Philip Brumley, overseer of the legal department. He's been a full-time servant for the past 41 years, and for the last 28 years has been overseer of the legal department. Brother Brumley, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us today. I know you have a very busy schedule.
My pleasure.
How did it come about that you came to work in the legal department?
So I was working in the carpenter shop one day, and I got a telephone call from Brother Charles Steele. The governing body asked Brother Steele who could go through law school to become an attorney. The organization needed a few attorneys to help defend the rights of Jehovah's Witnesses. So Brother Steele asked me, or basically gave me the assignment. We want you to become a lawyer.
He tries to put it like it was such a bad thing when he has immensely benefited from it. He starts talking about the pride that comes with it, the competition that comes with it. Why are you competing? What are you competing for? After all, there's nothing wrong with holy competition.
So the organization made a decision to send you through law school. What effect did that have on you?
Something happened that I was not prepared for. When a person goes to law school, the instructors, law professors, essentially tell the class, you're the hope of humanity. You happen to have been born in the best country in this planet, and you happen to be among the few in this country who have the circumstances to be able to attend law school. You are the future presidents, governors, senators, judges. Now that may sound like a grandiose statement, but when you hear that repeated over a 4-year period, it can start creeping into your mind. Another thing that happened related to that was there's a fierce spirit of competition in law school. And I brought with me the notion of this is a Bethel assignment, so I want to do well. Not just well, but very well. And David, in the first year, I scored rather poorly. And that shocked me. I thought I have to do better than this. A deep spirit of competition came into my being, where I would devote whatever time was required to do well. And in one sense, it worked, because when I graduated cum laude, which means in the top 10% of the class. But both the spirit of competition and the thought that somehow you were special because you had this training had marked my personality.
Secular education is a snare. It promotes human thinking, evolution, and materialism. Watchtower 2019. Here's a testimony. Somebody saying, I got a scholarship to a medical program. The elders told me I would be more useful pioneering. I turned it down. I still regret it. One person who watched one of my videos said, my father sent me away from where he was staying to go and study, and he obtained a degree. Now in old age, still appreciates what the father did. Another viewer from Ghana said, our elders send their children abroad where people are not seeing them. Their children are getting educated. The children of the members not to get a university degree. And here in Africa, education is your salvation. Whilst getting educated doesn't guarantee you employment and good life and prosperity, definitely not having it is a definite guarantee of poverty and suffering, long life suffering. Parents are pressured not to support children's higher education. Discredited Anton Morris III, featuring in the same broadcast as head of legal department, says, who dropped off the child to a university? You should take responsibility for what you did.
Elders in congregations that are in close proximity to universities are well aware of the repeated scenario of parents coming to the Kingdom Hall with a child that they're dropping off to attend the nearby university. Sadly, often in a few weeks or months, the child begins missing meetings. And not too long into the school year, he totally disappears. Then the parents are upset with the local body of elders for not shepherding their child. My question is, who dropped them off at the university? So where does the responsibility really lie? When we make a decision, we must realistically also accept the consequences.
And he continues, it is for the danger that we have given this caution. Has the governing body changed its stance on higher education? No.
Back in 2005, the faithful slave provided counsel regarding higher education in the October 1st, 2005 issue of the Watchtower, pages 26 through 31. The article was entitled, Parents, What Future Do You Want for Your Children? The cover of the very next issue, October 15th, 2005, asked the question, what is the best education? You may have noticed that we've not published that thorough of a discussion on the subject since that time. Why is that? Has the governing body changed its position regarding the pursuit of higher secular education? No. We feel that all of the cautions that we have addressed in the past are still valid. However, our goal now is to focus on and intensify our promotion of the pursuit of divine education.
Young JWs are steered towards trades and part-time work. It's a sentence to a life of struggle so that they can pioneer full-time.
Have to answer to Jehovah for the decisions we make today. May we all decide to play it safe before our God. Think of all the opportunities there are now to enjoy divine education, congregation meetings, family worship, assemblies and conventions, the jw.org website, and the station you're watching right now. But in addition to all of that, the curriculum for the Pioneer Service School has been revised and is getting superb reviews by those attending. Then there's the new curriculum for the School for Kingdom Evangelizers that bolsters and trains students for a career in a variety of theocratic privileges. In addition to promoting divine education, what secular skills will we be promoting? Skills that will be useful to God's organization now and after Armageddon. For example, we need construction skills around the world right now. And think about this. We will not need doctors or lawyers after Armageddon, but we will need carpenters and plumbers and similar construction trades. It requires faith to decline higher education and have the confidence that our material needs will be cared for by training in other fields of employment.
I continue this discussion to the next episode. If you have driven benefit from this video has been helpful to you, kindly do me a favor. Like, subscribe, and smash the notice bell so that when I upload another video, you'll receive a notification. At this point, I'm inviting you to send in your questions. If you are seeking clarifications, also do that. And also, if you think that the facts I've presented are not correct, kindly send the correct facts. If you don't like what I've said, kindly send in your criticisms also. Everything is welcome. On this channel, we are not like Jehovah's Witnesses, who only wants people to stick to a script. If you say the wrong answer, you are in trouble. On Tell Me Dr. K, we don't shy away from criticism, from questions, or handling any topic. If you did not watch part 1 of this episode, click on this link. If you did not watch part 2 of this episode, click on this link. If you did not watch part 1 and part 2 of this episode, click on this link. To watch the next episode, click on this link. I'll see you in the next episode.